get my 6. Okay guys, for the 3rd day in a row, we have a massive thunder and lightning storm moving in. I'm trying something new, trying to get out here and see what kind of footage we can get during the storm. I've got to warn you about something first though, okay, to a specific group of people. I've got to warn you, if you're going to get upset that at the end of this video, I'm going to announce to everybody watching that my new Bigfoot Sasquatch Files Volume 3 is now available on Amazon at the link in the description below the video, in Kindle right now, and soon within 24 to 48 hours print. If that's going to upset you, go ahead and click away now, because I'm going to, or at least, I don't know how long this video is going to be, but look at it, see how long it is, and just click away during that last minute, because I will be making that announcement. That seems to upset some folks, so just go ahead and stop watching now, because that announcement will be made. But until then, I'm going to get out here for about 12 or 15 minutes or more and see what kind of odd movement, what sort of odd sounds we might see with the coming of the storm. I'm going to tell you why, and I'm going to walk and talk as I do. It's coming. Like I said, we've been having these storms. This is the 3rd day in a row, and yep, if you got my 6, you see that. Keep your eye on it. I've been watching the rain and the storms from out the windows of the house in the upstairs, and I can see out into the fields, through the meadow, and into the woods a little bit from my positions there. And I swear it has appeared as if something large, something dark, was moving through the forest during these storms. And it didn't appear to be deer, didn't appear to be bears, though we do have both here on the homestead in abundance. And yesterday, just in yesterday's video, I thought we got the actual movement on video. Something huge jumped out of the top of this tree. We definitely got the sound, and I caught it out of the corner of my eyes. So this is where we are right here, and this is what I'm trying to see. So I don't really have anything to talk about other than try to capture some footage of what we may or may not see, of what may or may not be out here in the woods behind my home, and how it reacts or how it behaves during a thunder and lightning storm. So I'll tell you this, I'm going to give you a couple spoilers. You guys know I'm working on like the 3rd volume of Bigfoot Sasquatch Files. I've been working on it very hard. I don't want to give away some of the stories, but I want to tell you about a couple of them because they'll blow your mind. Just don't really pay so much attention to what I'm saying, or to me, but make sure to get my 6 and see what kind of movement we may or may not see back there in the background. So okay, somebody ends up having a very unfortunate demise in this new volume. that I'm working on. I'm hearing footsteps somewhere here close to me. And you know, what's really scary is not so much what happens to this individual there towards the end of the story when they have their scary demise, but what happens to others that this individual comes into contact with throughout their life. I learned, frighteningly so, about a personality disorder called gaslighting while researching this story and the events that may or may not have taken place to this person who had a very unfortunate demise. But what I'm going to tell you is that those of you who read it, this is going to be the scariest part. It's not going to be the potential 8 feet tall, 800-pound bipedal creature at the end of the video, who the officials, of course, once again, are probably trying to say is a bear. The most terrifying thing you're going to recognize in the story is you will think of that one person, maybe more than one at some point in your past, that every time you talk to them, if you talk to them for 5 minutes, you felt very uncomfortable for the next 5 days. But you couldn't understand why, because when you talk to them, they seem so nice and so friendly and so welcoming. Tell you, when you read this story and you figure out how gaslighting works and how to identify a gaslighter, some of your past acquaintances, if not full-blown relationships, are going to make more sense to you in a way more terrifying than any potential Bigfoot Sasquatch could be terrifying. Wow, we got a lot of new tree bins back here, it looks like. So there's one little teaser, not really a spoiler because I didn't go into detail. But I'll tell you this, if you're a gaslighter, you know it. You better make sure there's no potential Bigfoot Sasquatch living in your neck of the woods if you're out there gaslighting people. Wow, there's another one of those portals opening up. This forest is creepy enough during the good weather, but now with this rainstorm, look at that tree bend right there. Here's another teaser. You see me with this white piece of paper? I had to write the title of this story down. This is potentially the craziest potential Bigfoot Sasquatch story you will ever hear in your life. And it came to me during one of the craziest times, at a time when I was suffering from severe writer's block and just couldn't think. So I went fishing, made a new friend, and got to hear firsthand a tale that I'm relaying to everybody in this next volume that I'm working on. It's called The Tale of the Bladeless Riding Lawnmower Thieving, Bladeless Riding Lawnmower Riding Bigfoot Sasquatch. That's true. That's the name of the story. And you're like, Crazy Lake? What's that even mean? You'll see when you read it. It's the craziest Bigfoot Sasquatch story I've ever heard. Alright guys, what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip the phone and I'm going to scan and zoom back here because it's getting pretty dark because of the rain. Watch very closely for movement and listen for anything other than raindrops and thunder. Good God Almighty, look right there. What's that? Sounded like there was something walking right up on my heels. Wow, look at that. Another portal-like opening that wasn't there when I was just here a few minutes ago. The phone's starting to get kind of foggy and covered with rain. I don't even know how well the visual's picking up here, and I don't know how well the audio is. So I'm going to shut down today's episode of the PBS the Potential Bigfoot Sasquatch Show, and I'm going to do it with a big announcement, a very special message. For those of you who are warned, go ahead and click away. I'll give you a minute. Now it's further back. Okay guys, Bigfoot Sasquatch Files Volume 3 is now out. It's been released. That's why I was joking around about it. I'm not really working on it. I'm done. It's available at the link below in the description box from Amazon, currently on Kindle, and within the next 48 hours of this recording, it'll be available in print. So have at it. I appreciate everybody who's been reading these things. And I appreciate everybody who's been coming to the channel and not reading the books, but continuing to come to the channel and not being meanies. If you're here, whether you ever buy a book of mine that I've ever written or not, I appreciate you. Thank you. I just appreciate those of you who buy my books more. Nah, that's a joke. Potentially.